might just have a quick yarn about this beautiful ochre. So of course there's many colours of ochre on country, and they were quite revered really for the beauty of the pigment, not just for art making but also for ceremony, and there was also some health and well-being uses for ochre. And so Parramatta in this area was quite well known as white pipe clay that was found in this area as being one of the purest white clay that you could come across, and that was also found in other Aboriginal nations outside of Sydney. So that revealed that the clay had been traded over long distances, and so there was an active, very active exchange of trade that was happening for thousands of years with Darug people and other nations. Gandangara, once you get up over the mountains past, out past the flatlands, you get into Gandangara country, and then when you go down a bit more, you're sort of more in Dharawal country, and then up the coast you're going more into Newcastle people. So people would travel for thousands of miles at these key seasonal times to exchange and trade, and so that was a pretty frequent sort of thing of trading materials. And people, there would be marriages, and there would be songs exchanged and news stories, and so it would have been a lovely time. And of course the whale ceremony is a big part of that. So we still now observe the practice through ceremony of the time when the whales will migrate. Garawa, it's part of that whale ancestral creation. That's still, the whales come every year, so it's beautiful to see. There's many indications and of our living cultures today, and the eels are still here, and we're still going on country, and we're keeping those skills and knowledges alive. What I'd like to sort of talk about as well is a philosophy around ways of seeing and being on country. So in my teachings I talk about seeing country, hearing country, and speaking country. So I'll share with you now those words in Darug. So what we say nah. So we say nah, and we're looking. So we need to visualise nah, and Nura, country. So we see nah, Nura. We see country, nah, Nura. We ngara. Ngara means deep listening in a knowing way, a deep listening in a profound, personal, spiritual way, so that we not only listen with our ears. It's not just an auditory way of hearing, but hearing as in understanding. So we na first, na nura, we ngara, ngara. The word ng that begins at the front of that word is particularly associated with Aboriginal words, and it's one of the main phonetics. When we put ng, it's a sound of sing, sing. So it's the ng syllable that you'll hear, and what happens is the back of the tongue is at the roof of the mouth and then releasing. So we're pushing the sound up through the nose to get the it's almost like a hum, and a lot of people struggle with that in Aboriginal languages. So, but that's just like with any language that has a particular nuance to it that we will learn. So we say ngara, N-G-A-R-R-A, ngara is deep listening. Ngara, nura, ngara, nura. And the Darug word for speak is biala, biala, biala. So we biala, nura, biala, nura. So we Ngā Nura, we see country. Ngāra Nura, we hear country. And we Biala Nura. And so just within those three very deeply embedded sentences, we're talking about building a relational deep connection with our own humanity and with Mother Earth, and how we can ground ourselves in well-being at any time to build a relationship and see ourselves as part of this ecosystem and playing a very important part of the well-being of our environment and our animals and our species. So I feel very privileged to have been able to continue to learn. And Uncle Max is also one of my senior, Uncle Max Tulamunmun Harrison is also one of my senior elders and teachers that I continue to learn from. And then this Arnie Phyllis Stewart, who's continuing to teach me now. I'm an advanced master weaver, but I'm still learning under our senior master weavers. So it's been a beautiful journey, and one that I'm continually in awe of and privileged to share. Thank you. Yānū.